Today we're going to talk about how to network and find the best mentors to help you get closer to your dreams and your goals. My name is Michael Barayev, and I was able to build a team of 150 plus sales guys in less than 2.5 years. We did that with zero money invested. Now we have a lot of companies growing like crazy. We have our call center, we have our marketing, we have a lot of good things cooking and coast to coast like butter on toast. So let's talk about mentorship. I think that the number one thing that has changed my life, in my opinion, was the fact that I had people that were better than me, faster than me, sharper than me in my life that were able to help me to see some of my blind spots, to see some of the things I needed to work on. And those are some of the things that changed my life, the mentorships and the relationships that I had. At the end of the day, a lot of people say, oh, it matters about who you know. And I can agree to that to some degree, because when you are around people that think a little bit differently than you and you're able to capture or catch the way they think and catch that thought process and apply it to yourself and have that framework, then your life becomes better. So for example, let's say you get punched in the face in the middle of the street, right? A professional fighter has a different framework than a person that doesn't know how to fight, right? They have a different mentality. A person that has, that's an angry person might react in a different way than a person that actually knows what to do in that situation. So it's not about, what happens to us. It's what we do with what happens to us, the information that we process and how we react to that, how we respond to that. So when you have the right mentor in your life, it changes everything. Now, everyone wants to find a mentor. Everyone's looking for a mentor. The question is, how do you find the right mentor? How do you find the right mentor to guide you in the right process? Because there's a lot of mentors out there. There's a coach. There's coaches these days that are coaching other coaches how to coach other coaches. Like everyone's coaching everyone, and it's crazy. Everyone's trying to be a mentor. Everyone's trying to be a guru these days. So it's very hard to find the right people. So my question to you is this, right? How do you find the right person? So I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips that help me out. Number one, the first thing that I focused on, right, if you have no money, is go to YouTube, okay, and look at someone that you want to emulate. And you don't need to physically be around them to get their information. What you're looking for is the way they think. My biggest ghost mentor, okay, I called him Ghost Mentor, was a Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone helped me so much in so many ways when it comes to sales, when it came to marketing myself, because I connected with him because all he said was work like a dog, and that's what I was used to. But I didn't know how to work like a dog the right way. So when I read his book in 2015, it changed my freaking life, right? Because I was able to watch all his videos. I was able to watch all, which were free on YouTube. I was able to, read all the content that he had available on Instagram, all the places, right? And I bought his books for 10, 50, 20 bucks, whatever it was. And I became fanatical and obsessed about learning from him, right? And I never had a one-on-one conversation for 6 hours with Grant Cardone. But that guy has mentored me for many, 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 many years, right? So a lot of people think that mentorship is, I need someone to be there in my life and tell me what to do 24/7. You don't really need that. Is that helpful? Yes. Can that be of use to you? Yes. But sometimes you want to have mentorship from Grant Cardone when he's all the way here, when you're all the way here trying to find a job, or you're all the way here trying to get better at sales, right? Or you're trying to get better at building your business at the beginning stages of your company. So you don't really need Grant Cardone to help you at that moment. Now, maybe when you get bigger and sharper and faster, your company's growing, maybe you want to have a one-on-one conversation. That's fine. But a lot of times people think that they have to have a mentor beside them telling them what to do. Ghost mentorship, it was the best thing that ever changed my life, right? John Maxwell's another example. I wanted to learn how to build teams. That was my major focus. How do I build sales teams? The number one person that I looked for was John Maxwell, because he had leadership, like he was the leadership guru. So I didn't look left and right. I found one guy and I started to study him like crazy. And that's what helped me. So I'm not saying that I didn't have physical mentors. I did have a lot of physical mentors that helped me tremendously. But what I am saying, if you don't have the money or the time, whatever it may be, you can do YouTube or university, whatever it may be, any kind of stuff like that. And you can literally have a ghost mentor that can change your life. So that's number one. Number two is I would DM them and offer them something of value, right? And say, hey, I want to be mentored by you. I appreciate your content. I love your content. I think you're someone that can actually change my life. But this is what I want to do for you, so there's value for you. I get messages all the time. People, could you mentor me? Yeah, sure. Watch my shit. You don't even know what I do, right? You haven't followed my content. You haven't followed it a little bit. But what can you do for me that can add value to me so I can mentor you? That's a mindset. The mentor's not going to mentor you just for a couple of dollars, because a lot of times money is not the only thing they're looking for. They may be looking for another employee, maybe looking for a relationship, they may be looking for a contact, they may be looking for a specific something. You need to figure that out, and you'll figure it out by watching their content, by watching who they are, watching their stories, figuring out who are they and what are they about, what's important to them. If you follow my content, you'll figure out what's important to me, and you can slide into my DMs, and guess what? It catches my attention, right? So it's very, very, very important to figure out what's important to that mentor, so they eventually you could give them something of value, so they actually would want to mentor you. Right? And that's the beauty about, DMing somebody. You have an opportunity right now to bypass every single gatekeeper and go directly to the source, right? So that's number 2. Number 3, I would go to events, okay? Business events, conferences, and I would not buy the cheapest ticket. I would buy the most expensive ticket. Now, why would I buy the most expensive ticket? Think about that. Because I want to be sitting all the way in the front with other people that can potentially be in my network or potentially what? Get me closer to the mentee, to the mentor. Because a lot of the mentors are not sitting in the back. The people you want to be mentored by are probably sitting right beside you. And if they're on stage, the best way to get behind stage is to pay for the highest ticket so they give you access to the backstage so you can introduce yourself. And you got to do it in a strategic way, not go like a fan. Remember, nobody wants to mentor a fan. They want to mentor someone that is either at their level, just a tad bit behind, but you may be successful at A and they have success in B, and they want to kind of exchange of value. Because mentors are looking for exchange of value all the time. But they don't want to mentor someone that's like not doing shit in their business, right? They want to find someone that's actually successful in something so they can actually have some kind of value given to them as well. Remember, they're human beings. They're not anything better than you. They just have a bit different skill set, a little bit more time, and they create some results, right? So I will go to events, buy the most expensive tickets, so you can go to the back of the events, right? Back of the stage and kind of get yourself to be around that individual, right? Next thing, I would buy their courses and become their best students. Buy their courses and become their best students. Oh, Michael, there's a lot of bullshit courses out there. I know, but this is your mentor. You want to be mentored by him. Buy his shit. If you want to be mentored by someone and you're not even willing to pay to get mentored by them, like what's wrong with you? Why would anyone want to mentor you if you're not even willing to invest in yourself and invest into the mentor? Buy their shit, buy their course, and if they don't have one, ask them. Hey, are you selling anything that could be beneficial to me? Because I want to learn from you and I want to know what you're selling. Can you imagine if someone messaged me and I say, hey, Michael, I want to be mentored by you. Can you please tell me what you're selling so I can buy it? That automatically triggers me as a sales guy. Yeah, of course, here. And guess what? If you buy that course, as an example, that shows what? Wow, this guy really wants it. I like that guy. But a lot of you guys want to message someone and say, oh, can you mentor me? That's retarded. That doesn't help you. No one's going to want to mentor you. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm this big guy. I'm not saying that. It could be Grant Cardone. It could be anybody. Buy their shit. If you buy their shit, now sometimes you may buy their shit, they don't care. That's fine. The good mentors will care. Good mentors will care, right? So I would buy their courses and become their best students. Next, I would join their masterminds. Okay? Masterminds are the best places because you're getting intimate with them in a group setting. And if you're a good student, you'll raise your hand. If you're a good student, you'll get their attention. Remember, money follows attention. So get their attention. It's like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Every time I went to any kind of mastermind kind of event, everyone was like, who's this guy, Michael? Because I was always asking the right questions. I was curious to know, what are they teaching? I would always stay late. I would come early. I'll be the first one in the Zoom call, first one in the event, last one to leave. Always, because I want them to know who I am. I want them to know who Michael Barayev is so they can get an interest in me. If they're interested in me, they will mentor me. They will help me out. And I had so many mentors in my life because I put myself in front of their face. I'm like, hey, mentor me, mentor me, mentor me, mentor me, right? And the last but not least, okay, if you really want to be mentored by somebody, work for them. I don't care how much they're willing to pay you. Find a job on their website, apply for the job, and go work for them. And if you have to work for free, so be it. If I had an opportunity, right, if I had no business right now, no job, I would go work for one of the mentors that I want to be mentored by. I would say, hey, don't pay me because I don't need the money. I want to be mentored by you. Now, if you can't work for free, that's fine. Go work Uber at night and go work for their company at the daytime. Well, Michael, I don't want to do that. You want to be mentored by them, right? Don't you want to get out of that situation you want to be in? Find a way to work. Now, I'm not saying you have to work for free, but work for them. Oh, your ego, your this, your that. Go work for someone that you really respect. Go work there for 6 months. Go work there for a year. They wouldn't mind that. And by you working for them and adding value in their company, they're going to pay attention to you. I have one of my friends who worked for Patrick with David. He did it for about 6, 7, 8 months or a year. I don't know exactly how long he did it for. But guess what? He got so much value by being around the guy and being around the team, being around his right-hand man. That's the way to do it. You got to be around them. And the only way to be around them is to go work for them. So I think that's the best ways to get mentors to want to work with you. And hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully you can go find the mentor you want to work with. By the way, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. And we'll see you guys in the next one.